Barnes Nelson,
Yes,
Orion. This guy doesn't need much of an introduction, if I'm being quite honest. But if you're still looking for an introduction, he is one of St. Lucia's talented artists.
Action time in that. Today.
What is Action Time?
Action Time started basically in 2020 for the month of December. I was just saying to myself, yeah, Mr. Prepping for 2020. I go be eating salads alone. I go be doing that. So when 2020 now roll in, I was like, I can't prep again. So now for the Action Time. I made a decision. My music will be wholesome music I will play for anybody, for children, for adults. Whatever I do, my first responsibility is to please God first. As it pertains to hearing myself on radio, you will tell me that a couple years ago and I'll be like, boy, that's a great feeling. Now, when you understand things more, bro, imagine, they have how many radio stations in St. Lucia? 2 of them paying echo.
What's his name?
Miss Jane, that's what I
Miss
said.
Jane. You got to Miss Jane.
Miss Jane.
Accept by sympathy, by the way. You seem like you
yeah.
were really close to her. And,
I was.
So why Miss Jane?
Bro, my grandmother basically raised me. My grandmother did everything. My grandmother spoiled me to the point that I get older and I now realize, but I can't do nothing for myself. My grandmother really spoiled me.
Wow,
and
that's real love. When you come from under their wing and you realize, wow, boy, it's them now doing all that for me.
Everything, So, and she passed away, kind of sudden, and yeah, it's just.
Look at
Cool. It's just, your grandmother, it'd be nice to, have her again. You understand? Yeah, man.
That's some very interesting answer. That's some very, I see a very wholesome conversation happening with your grandmother, Jesus Christ, and Nipsey. So I see a very wholesome conversation coming out from that.
Yeah, man. That would be a good dinner.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I really, so yeah, man, that's it for the icebreaker. I just like to, do that to loosen up a bit, get you a little bit comfortable. So yeah, we're going to hop right into it. Barnes Nelson,
Yes,
Orion. This guy doesn't need much of an introduction, if I'm being quite honest. But if you're still looking for an introduction, he is one of St. Lucia's talented artists. What genres you in?
Soca. I did rap.
Yeah, I know you do a little rap.
Yeah. But yeah, soca for now.
Soca for now.
Soca for now.
Power, groovy.
Both. Yeah, man.
So the first question I have for you is not really a question because I know the answer. Okay, but I just want you to let everybody know. How old are you, my brother?
I'm not disclosing that on camera.
My brother, if you don't tell the people how old are you, I can do post that on Instagram.
I'll tell you because that there is my.
Give us a range.
I am
ballpark a range.
I'm old enough to know better, and young enough to try again. Okay. Yeah.
So, are you closer to?
I will not. I know you. Want me to disclose it. I'll not disclose. Let me tell you.
You want to tell people your age, bro?
That's my. When I drop it and they're like, what? You that young?
I must say, bro. I thought you were same age as me. That's all I'm going to say. I thought you were same age as me. I maybe a year older than me at most.
I get that.
You check it. But yeah, what is Action Time? Well, and what's the concept, the whole concept around that?
Action Time started basically in 2020. In 2019 for the month of December, I was just saying to myself, yeah, Mr. Prepping for 2020. I go be eating salads alone. I go be doing that. Different stuff, I changed my whole diet, my whole life. I prepping for 2020. So when 2020 now roll in, I was like, I can't prep again. Right now in 2020, so what am I going to say? I say now for the Action Time. You understand? And I just kept saying it on my WhatsApp, and then I remember once I did not say it, and then somebody said, oh, why you didn't say the Action Time? I was like, why are you looking at that? I was like, okay. Walking into a man shot, Action Time. I was like, okay. Like you onto something. And I had a small business. I do have a small business, and I didn't have a name for it. I was like, you know what? I didn't mean that Action Time.
So that's the beverages.
Right.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's actually the name of that business.
That's the name of the business.
Okay.
So
all right. So I actually thought it was a song you had. Because
I do have a song.
You do have a song also, and the name is Action Time.
Right. So here's what. So first the name Action Time, I started saying it. Then I named my business Action Time, and then I always wanted to have a song for my business. So I just did a song called Action Time. It's actually on the Merrymakers Rhythm. You can go and check it out. Yeah, that's produced by Vibes Production.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So in this song, it speaks about different stuff I sell. It's like the concept is like this girl, like she only blowing up my line. She only want action time. She want the glow go go. She want the see more. She want the local juice. Yeah.
All
So
right.
yeah, but
Yeah, man. But okay. So speaking about your songs, though, like as I hear songs on the radio, different thing, how does it feel to, to hear your songs on the radio, to have hits, like in terms
That's
of
a
the
great question.
reflections, that kind of thing. How does it feel? Because I know for sure, for me, I hate to hear myself. Like I hate to hear my voice. I hate to see myself on social media. I kind of block that out.
You serious?
You'd think I'm a out there social media person just because I have my podcast and that kind of thing, but I actually don't like to see it. I zone it out. I block it
To
out.
be honest, bro, I could see you not that type of person. Serious, bro. I could see you a more quiet, reserved.
Yeah, I reserve it to
Kind of, but
myself.
I checked that about you. As it pertains to hearing myself on radio, you would tell me that a couple years ago, and I'll be like, boy, that's a great feeling. Now, when you understand things more, bro, imagine, they have how many radio stations in St. Lucia, and 2 of them paying echo. Only 2.
2 of them?
Yeah, just 2. So, hearing my song on a radio station and not paying echo, it do nothing for me. To be honest, and I'm just thinking about that. The more I think about it, bro, St. Lucia is a place I believe, they blind us with all other stuff. So it's like, hey, your song playing on radio, yeah.
You make it.
But bro, when the checks start coming in and you see, bro, only 2 radio stations are playing echo, it not making sense. You understand? Like, what's the point of your playing my music? For me to get popular, bro, popularity are doing nothing for you. You understand? So for me, I personally, before I'd be like, yeah, my song playing on radio. Now, bro, if the advent of social media, 100K, you see, you understand?
Yeah.
What? You understand?
Yeah, that's true.
Bro, and a lot of the music these days, they get popular for TikTok or for YouTube. Or, that's where it is. Social media is where it's at. You understand? And I think the radio stations need to do their part. If you're say you're there for the artist, that's part of being there for the artist. To pay echo, do what you have to do. Because, bro, that's why they have a lot of starving artists in the place. I telling you, bro.
I'm not surprised.
And Nipsey, guys, big up to Nipsey. Nipsey have a line. Nipsey said, starving artist is not my thing. I rather rob me a bank. You check it? And that's why the man, again, did not take the deal and say, I become my own boss. Because you nobody controlling him.
Yeah, man, true.
And bro, to all aspiring artists out there, don't get blinded by them things they say. Study the business, learn. You understand? Learn what it takes to be an artist and a successful artist, and focus on that. Don't let the people that are in charge blind us with little stuff. Nah, bro, you could be in charge of your own vibes, be your own boss. It could happen.
Now, I actually have 2 questions from that, but they kind of not related to each other. But let's just go back. So you said about the echo thing. How does the echo thing work?
Well, okay, so echo is basically governing music
yeah.
and artists, And so what they do, they're supposed to be collecting royalties from different. So they collect from radio stations, they collect from hotels, they collect from. They have shows. You understand? Wherever music is played, you understand? For commercial use, they will
collect the royalties.
They'll collect the royalties. You understand? And these royalties, they don't just pay us locally. They pay artists worldwide. You understand?
Okay.
Right. So basically, they to represent us in that, so that nobody will not take my music and make money off of it, and I not making anything.
Yeah.
You know, but basically, that's if that happening.
Yeah.
Bro, it's wrong.
But that's what they're there for.
That's what they're there for. It's wrong for you if you make a song, I burn it on a CD and I go and sell it. That's wrong, bro.
Yeah.
That's your work. It's the same way as you have your podcast there. I come and take your equipment and I go and sell it. You understand where I'm coming from? And people just see, we just blind to them things. People are seeing that as being wrong. But bro, that is stealing. You understand? We just play blind eye to these things. But bro, all these things are stealing, bro. It's my intellectual properties. It's my work.
That's true.
You understand?
That's true.
Yeah, Beyonce and Jay-Z and all them artists rich. When I was going to school, a month of CDs I put. You understand? Not knowing better. So all of that, I make more than other people. So if the people are billionaires, then people are supposed to be trillionaires.
Because you make paper off of that.
And then me alone, how people make paper? Because a man build a house and not already, bro. I know them things. You understand? So it's just crazy, bro.
Yeah, true. I feel you.
Yeah, man.
Harry, I did have another question, but I can't remember the other question. So let me just move on to the next question now.
Mhm.
So I've listened to Pretty Girl Wine,
Right,
and then there is your more recent songs.
right.
You know, Follow Me or
Follow you,
Follow You. There's
yes.
Follow You, to Money Never Fight.
Right.
You know, them kind of thing. What is the difference? Because obviously these songs have a significant following, you know, in terms of traction, that kind of
Yes,
thing.
yes.
Obviously the later ones are more popular
Right,
and just better produced, that kind of
right,
thing.
right.
What would you say are the key differences between these two tracks?
Um, back, Pretty Girl Wine was Orion back in the day. Orion back in the day had no clue what he was doing.
Mm,
You understand? I was just making music to try and get popular. You
okay.
understand? That's what all it was for me. You know, and I had a life change. You know, and that life change turned my view on how I do my music going forward. How I do my music now.
Hmm.
So the last time I sang Pretty Girl Wine in 2012,
Yes.
right? And from
2012.
2012, big up to Libo. That was recorded at Libo, and that's
Rest in
produced by
peace.
yeah man. That's produced by Vibes Productions. I stopped singing in 2012.
Hmm.
You know, I got baptized in 2014,
Okay.
and I made my decision that bro, the way that industry going to turn me into is not something I want to become.
Mm.
So I stepped away, you know, and Libo always used to encourage me. After that, bro, continue to sing, you know, make music, you know, that'll glorify God, you know, make
Mm.
wholesome, positive music. And I was like, bro, I'm not ready for that yet. I don't want to do that,
Hmm.
you know. And 2019, I did a song called Hustle, you know, again, just to promote my business at the time. I
Okay.
was selling cookies and CMOS at the time,
Hmm.
just to promote that. And then COVID hit, you know, nothing was happening. 2023 is when I did Action Time.
Okay.
Right. So I
Okay.
did that song to promote my business again. And you know, people like this song, keep getting, hey, that song nice. So the following year, a friend of mine hit me up, he sent me a rhythm, and I did a song called Good Day. And when I did that song, I did a reel, and the reel went viral.
Mm.
And you know, everywhere I went, people were telling me, bro, you should, why you not singing? I was like, nah, I want to sing. You're singing, and you could see the disappointment on his face.
Yeah. But
And
just before we continue, sorry to
mm,
cut you short, but
mm,
just before we continue, did that because you said that you stopped in 20, well, you made the song in 2012, The
that's
Pretty
Pretty
Girl
Girl
Wine,
Wine, right?
and you got baptized in 2014.
Right.
Was it because of the baptism that made you,
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
I get
change
into
your
that.
perspective?
I get
Okay.
into that. So yeah, so Good Day. I did a Good Day,
Yes.
and if you listen to Good Day is a song that just speaks about having a good day,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And when I did that, people were really receptive to it, to the point where they wanted me, to sing, and I was like, I don't want to do that, I did that already. That's not where my life is now. But when I saw the disappointment on their faces, I was like, you know what, I'm going to do. So, I made I made a decision I made a decision before, but now I'm putting it into action. That my music,
Action time.
you're right, my music will be wholesome music I could play for anybody, for children, for adults. Whatever I do, my first responsibility is to please God first.
Wow.
I want whatever I put out, that if God listens, say, yeah, that's a good song.
Wow.
So my music speaks of my faith in God, and me as a businessman, my hustle, to encourage people. Because, bro, the amount of things I see on a daily basis of young fellas that are just dropping out of school, doing pull out and block. Bro, that as a man, we're supposed to be providers. You understand? You as a man, you just cool out and block idle. That's not how God intended to be.
Mm-hmm.
So when I speak about two money never fight, you
Mm-hmm.
understand? That's about hustling, having two jobs,
Not being idle.
not being idle.
Yeah.
What else? Action time speaks about my business.
Mm.
Good day, having a good day. Following God through the good times, the bad times.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. That's a very powerful resolve you have,
Mhm.
because not anybody can say, boy, you know what, I'm making music, and regardless, I using my talent, my God-given talent,
Mhm.
to create something that God loves. You check it, and
Exactly.
not necessarily what the industry want you to put out or what's in style? Because you know what sells now,
Bro, and
You know what sells
that
now.
was the 2012 Orion.
Yeah, wow,
That's what I'm saying.
that's
So
this
I'd put
year.
out music before just to please the crowd. But nah, bro, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah,
You
man. Well,
know?
congratulations,
Yeah,
bro.
man. Big
Yeah, man,
respect
for
to
sure.
that. Big respect to
Because
that.
I actually respect that. I respect that because it takes a certain integrity of a person for them to do that, and because all how whether you do it for the crowd or you don't do it for the crowd is a risk you're taking, and for
Facts.
you to take that risk, bro, that's yeah, man.
I
I applaud
stand
you for that.
and I
I
standing
applaud you
on
for
it,
that.
bro. I standing on it.
Yeah, man.
100.
Yeah, man. But moving on though,
Mm.
in terms of, I actually read that you spoke. There was an article you were on,
Mm.
and you spoke about deeper than soca.
Right.
That's I know it through
Sidil,
CDL. That's where
right.
I know it from. But I
Right.
didn't know you had a
Founder.
part to play
Yeah,
in that.
man. Sidil and I started Deeper and Soka together. It was the two of us.
Okay, so was it like a partnership or was it more like a collaboration where like you just
Nah, bro, it was
it
us.
was
Yeah, we
okay.
started it. You
Wow.
understand? We
Because
were
I
the
is CDL yo deeper like it's CDL I know that saying them things.
yes.
So I thought that was like his brand. I never knew you were
Nah,
involved in that.
CDL well, we started Deeper than Soca.
Mm-hmm.
And when I stopped singing in 2012, CDL did not sing the following year because at that time he wasn't popular. He was trying to find his way into the music, right? And then 2014 rolled around. He's like, he's gonna come back. He's gonna give it one last shot.
Wow.
If he get a hit song, he continue. If not, he done with that. And bro, lo and behold, the boss get pandemonium, right?
Nice. Beautiful song,
And
by the way.
pandemonium is that solution classic day. You
Beautiful. Yeah,
understand?
man, for
Everybody know
sure.
that song.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and through the popularity of that song, people got to know CDL and CDL coined it deeper. You understand? Which we will say if you listen to Pretty Girl One, you'll hear me say deeper than Soca. Yeah, man.
I can't remember, but I go have to listen
It's
for it
there.
again.
And if you there's a video I have, I feel I moved that on YouTube, it's there, but what they call it, I put it private.
Private, okay.
Yeah, but it's there. But I have deeper than Soca shirts all through the video. Yeah, but at that time we were just that was our brand, but we didn't make it a business yet. And he took it and
Next
turned it
level.
into something.
Yeah,
You
man. So are
understand?
you still in it?
See, that's my best friend. You understand?
Yeah.
We talk every day. You understand? But am I part of it? No.
Okay.
You
Okay.
understand? No.
Okay, but because I actually really liked just a message and what the brand meant. The
Yes.
deeper than soca brand, the way you all wanted to transform music because and that's just me reading from what the
Yes,
article
yes.
said. But transform music into something positive, something modern, a modern feel. So I really like that, obviously.
At the time, Deeper than Soca was all what we were facing. Is deeper than what you was seeing on the stage. Because you just come and see artists on the stage. But what we facing behind the scenes, bro, boy, it way deeper than what you're seeing. So that's where it came about. And we got the name, Rick Ross had an album called Deeper Than Rap. And we used to listen to that religiously. And then one morning, I said, yo, what you say? You see me just say Deeper Than Soca. I was like, what? I said, it's how bad.
Sounding bad.
And then I went to print a shirt, and the rest is history, bro. And the boss take the thing, really fit, made it a thing.
That's really nice. But do you
Crazy.
even if like you're not really a part of it per se,
Yeah.
you still resonate with the message?
Yeah,
that it
bro.
gives?
Let me tell you, bro. We still face these things today, bro. You see artists on stage, but what we face way deeper than what you're seeing. So of course, I mean, Deeper Than Soca will forever be here.
Well, trust me, my father is an artist, so like, well, you know that. So I know the types of things that when been through, especially I know
Bro, big up to your father. On a real note, let me tell you, your father, because your father give me opportunity so much already. And I learned from your father a lot, Just seeing your father, me being shy in a way, like, "Hey, boy," and your father just handling things. You understand? Not letting anybody walk over him. You understand? Standing his ground. You understand? Knowing his value, knowing his worth. I really learned these things just watching your father. You understand? Grab the bull by the horns and say, "Now, up in there, I running out, I ain't doing that."
Yeah.
And because your father not the best singer anyway. He's not. But bro, your father, I said the man take ownership of his craft, his artistry, and the man do his thing his way.
Yeah, man.
And I respect it.
I think the number one thing about it is kind of staying in your lane. So you know you're not the best singer. Don't try and be a Teddy St. John. don't try and sing like Teddy St. John. You check it. Stay in your lane. Find what you good at. I find he was good at performing.
Yeah.
You know, he was good at putting on a show.
Bro,
That
soca
kind of
monarch.
thing. You check it. But
Soca
to say he could have
monarch.
sing and them kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, so he was playing to his strengths. He was staying in his
You're right.
lane.
You see, put on a show. I don't know if you were there for your father first soca monarch. But
The first one, which
that was
one
the
was
first. The first one was when he did the Cupid. He had Mad Again.
Mad Again,
Right. But when he did the Superman and he had the crane.
Mm.
Brother.
The white thing.
Brother. The boss come down from the crane there in the air there, brother. How many feet above? Casa, you got guts taking. And the man not inside anything. He says, bro, on that night, in my opinion, your father won.
Superman.
Seriously, it's Superman, your father won. But you know already, big up to the overall winner, but your father won in my opinion. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I feel the years that he actually took part, I don't know exactly how many years he did take part, but the years he actually took part, like, a lot of the times you could see, wow, boy, like the place he took when he did not take first, it was kind of disappointing.
He always plays in one thing.
Yeah.
He always plays. I think your father do that so many years. The last time I sang, 2012, your father won. Yeah, charge. Yes. Bro, I remember that I was standing next to Libo. And Libo and I watch I say Libo that is it.
Yeah.
Hey, the man winning.
Finish
it. You understand? Yeah.
Party done.
Bro, I never, all them years doing Soca Monarch, I never thought I could have ever won. You understand? Never thought I could ever win that. You understand? Now, my mindset, bro, do I want to continue doing that? No. But as I in it, I want to win. And I don't want to win for myself. I want to win for the same young people, bro. For the people that see me every day as a man pushing a cooler around town selling drinks. It's like, boy, if that man could do that, and now come and do that. I said, why I can do something in my life? You understand? Why I have to stay on a block idle? You understand where I came from? Bro, everybody have a dream in life, you know. When I was small, I wanted to become a wrestler. I wanted to become a WWE wrestler, bro. And I tell people like just laughing at me, bro. You understand? So, everybody have a dream. My dream translate from me wanting to become a wrestler, and I like music. I want to become an artist. I'm sing calypso. Everybody have a dream, and Casa, I encourage you all, don't let your dreams die to go and pull out on a blog doing nothing, or just be home idle, or think like, oh boy, the odds stack against me, I can't accomplish. Bro, you could do anything you want to do. Julian Alfred is living proof, bro. We have living proof.
That's so true, eh?
Yeah, man.
Because talent doesn't get you there.
Talent is 10%, bro.
I was saying talent is only to weed out the losers. So a man go see a talented person and give up one time. It is a loser. You check it?
Yeah.
But when you work, guys, you beating talent, bro.
Boy, talent is 10%, bro.
Yeah.
Talent is 10%, bro. Anything you do, talent is 10%. It's the work you put in, bro. That's why you don't have to be the best singer. You don't have to be the best runner. That's as long as you put in the work.
You have a technique to everything. You catch in your hand, and when you catch your rhythm, it's over.
My bro, you think I could have, before I was struggling, I feel like I write a song. But I just practice and I practice and I practice and I learn and I practice. I say, boy, don't worry, I'll get it. Now I feeling comfortable writing songs. I'm not where I want to be yet, but the more I practice and I take advice and I learn, and don't be afraid to take advice. Don't feel like you send your song for a man. I remember I sang a song for Libo. I say, Libo, that is the song I winning it that this year. Libo tell me that song not good. Libo tell me that. I was like, what? A song I like so much, man tell me that not good.
Yeah.
Man tell me I'm doing. I have a song for you. And boy, Chad, no, I never get this song. It was lost in his phone or whatever.
What?
But just to show you, bro, you know, I take that advice and I run away because the man tell me that. I sit down and I learn and Libo. That's the CDL, you know, today, the nerdy, the share me. All of us learn under Libo. Libo teach man how to write music and record music, bro. Libo teach us that we spend countless hours in studio learning from that man.
Yeah, man.
So you have to be willing to take the advice and learn.
Big up
all
the
is
boy.
part of the journey. Yeah, man. Let's big up the boss.
Yeah, man. But but how did you realize? Because you say he's a wrestler you wanted to be.
Right.
So how did you realize you wanted to be an artist? Because I also know that you started when you were 12.
Yes.
In terms of performing.
Yes.
And it's calypso you were in.
Right. I love calypso. It's my favorite genre of music. You know, I grew up Marsha. Black Malay to be exact. And
That's probably why my father like you so.
I
But there's a
found
masher you
exactly.
too.
So I grew up there, and you hear in the Calypso finals from there,
Yeah,
Carnival passing right there.
yeah.
I just got fixated in the whole vibe of the Calypso,
Mhm.
and I grew up next to Pep,
Okay,
the Israel
wow.
father.
Yeah.
Right, so Pep was my neighbor. The Israel's siblings, were my friends, and Pep is my favorite Calypsonian.
Mhm.
So every time he would come out, I see him. Pep, sing for me.
Yeah.
I would trouble the boss every time I see the boss. I trouble the boss. My mother said, "Leave the man alone." I remember going into his house and holding a mic for the first time.
uh,
Boy, I was like, "What?" I holding a mic like I couldn't believe it. So that's where my love for music started. Right there, Marsha, just growing
wow.
up, growing up around the whole vibes.
That's really nice, guys.
Yeah,
And you
man.
could see it's like an energetic thing, like because you pick up a mic and it's like you get
Yeah, boy, like
excitement
I have
from
a
that. Like
mic,
wow, boy,
boy.
I can just perform with that
You
now. There,
understand?
yeah. But how did you make the conversion? Is it that you are no longer interested in the calypso, or and you just drawn now more to the soca and thing?
Um, I sang calypso during my funny story. I sang calypso when I transitioned to secondary school.
Okay,
I took part in I sang calypso the first time in secondary school,
Form 1.
Form 1, Corinth. And you know who was the king at the time?
Who?
Pepson.
Pep. Oh, Pepson.
Pepson, that's Deswell's brother Marlon,
Okay.
right? So the man I look up to, his son was the king.
Mm,
And I was saying, boy, what am I going? Because we play
mm,
Pepson, blah blah
yeah.
blah. And bro, because that day I came, I gave my 100%, and bro, and I won. I
Wow.
won the crown in the school, and then bro, I cried. I never forget that day. I cried. I
It's
was like, "What?
you
First
couldn't
time I
believe
sing, I
it.
win that one." you know. And after that, I sang calypso for the school. I was really delinquent with it. I would say that.
Mm,
I never gave it the attention I should. Every time they give my song, like I just run and play instead of I do what I have to do.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
As much as I wanted to win the competition, I never gave it my 100%. But after that, I transitioned. I left school and I was like, what I want to do with my life now? I want to do music, but what do I want to do? And I wanted to become a rapper. That was the only thing I was in my mind. I just want to
Mm.
rap because I seen where the rappers making so much money.
Yeah.
By the time I turn on BT, them fellas have big chin
Big
and
shit,
big
yeah.
more. I said, what?
Big
That's what I
ride.
want. Everything. So, I make up my mind, I'm going to become a rapper and I'm going to become successful in that. And my private six gave me opportunity to rap on a song called Kalina.
Mm-hmm.
I did
Mm-hmm.
that. And then, from we do that, we make soca monarch. Next, everybody tell me, you're singing soca, man. I was like, I don't want to sing soca. So I was like, wow, you want to hear me sing soca? I was like, okay. Bro, again, ask me how to write a soca, I can tell. I just started with madness and madness and
So that is when you pitch your song to Liwo and he tell you that
no,
was
that wasn't even that. If I pitched that to Libo, you would have tell me,
Liwo
get
that
out of my
kiss you.
studio, get out of my studio, move my studio. Yeah, it was a horrible mess I was doing at the time. I didn't understand. I didn't even know what to do.
So what's your thought process when it comes to writing a song?
Interesting. To be honest, I just let the beat talk to me.
Really?
I don't really have concepts going into it. I let the beat speak to me, and I just start vibing with it.
So, but like, okay, no, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I just trying to get more of an understanding still
Ah,
of what you're saying. So let's say you have a beat, you hear a
mm,
nice beat. Is it like, wow, boy, that beat making me feel that way, so I write a happy song, and
mm,
then what making me happy? Probably CMOS. And
mm.
then you make a song about CMOS. You
CMOS.
make one line, and then you make the next line, rhyme with the next line.
Boy, it doesn't even be
Or
like
does it
that.
like sometimes you just think of a line, you just write that down, or you write that down somewhere, and then you just insert that into a verse you had make already, or
Bro, it doesn't be it just head a bit, and just play ideas in my head as to
uh,
what will make sense. And then when I get something I believe that's solid, so like you say, if I get CMOS,
mm,
then I start to expand on it a little bit more and figure out what direction I want to take it. You
mm,
understand? But like
yeah,
I said, it has to be in a direction pleasing to God first. You
yes,
understand?
yes, yes.
So as long as I could have that down, then now I get my melodies, so I have the idea, or most times, to be honest, I get the melodies first.
Mm-hmm.
So I start humming, because melodies are important. You get the melodies first, and then I try to figure out what could fit, and then build on it from there.
Alright, so but you say you're not exactly where you want to be yet.
In terms of
just
my
yet.
writing,
Yeah, in terms of
no,
writing.
I'm not there.
What needs to change?
Boy,
Or get better, I should
I,
say.
I think for me, doing it more, the more I do it, I will learn. So I want to learn song structure more, because a lot of the times I write my songs, I know my verses, but I don't even know what the chorus is. I know the verses, I write the whole song, but I know my verse, but I have so many melodies coming after. What is the chorus? That happened to me with Good Day, that happened to me with Follow You, So I just have to learn these little things. I have a short chorus, I have a short this, Yeah, so the more I do it,
Yeah.
I will get better and I will learn.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And my vocabulary too. I listen to nerdy songs, and the kind of things they say, like I like, wait a minute, like it just
He's a lyricist.
yeah, bro, it's just so you have a line you say recent in a song you have now called Keep Up. He said not Keep Up, but sorry, Keep Up is one of them. You say like a landslide, we moving the party there from one side, and then you have another song. He said I want every glass 840, but I had a quarter past.
Yeah.
It sounds simple,
Yeah.
but it's just like how you figure saying something like that.
It's almost like the placement of the words, because it's not like it's big words using, but it's like how he
Right.
places the words in the
Like
line. Yeah.
840, I had a quarter past.
Yeah.
Like, and Mata is one of my favorite local artists.
Mm.
And Mata lines to me, it's funny, but like you say, the placement, like how you figure into
You have a
something like that?
creative way of speaking. Yeah, man, for
Bro,
sure.
that's a Mata is like my favorite artist. I just listen to Mata and just figure out like how you come up with saying that. You understand?
Yeah, man,
That's every time I meet Mata, I have to take a picture of Mata. That show you, bro, I'm a fan. You understand?
Fanboy thing.
Bro, I'm a fan of a lot of the artists first.
Bro,
before I taking part in the competition, bro, I am to be in the crowd watching the vibe. You understand? Last year I was in the competition. I begged Mata and them to diss me on stage.
to cause a thing.
No, I'm a fan. I want to hear what clever thing someone say about me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm a fan of the man so much. I say, make sure you diss me. And he say, dog, I will do that. But as I show you, I'm a fan so much. I just want them to diss me to hear what clever thing they could say about me.
So as you say about like you were in the crowd during the thing, that's not when you were performing.
No, that's not when I was performing.
But okay, so when you actually performing, what's your process when you performing? Because I know different fellas they have their thing. Some people are talking to nobody. Some people have their own processes before they get on stage, and it's an alter ego. It's not you now. It's your performing personality. So what's your process when you have to do that?
Let me tell you, last year, somebody very close to me tell me, "Boy, I see a side of you I never saw before." And for me, after not doing that for 12 years, bro, I was really putting pressure on myself. I was trying to figure out, can I do it? Can I make it to finals? And my process for me, bro, last year, I wasn't talking to anybody. I don't want to see nobody on stage before me. I don't want to hear. I don't want to know nothing. I don't know interactions. I just want to be in my zone, figuring out myself and my vibes. Fast forward to now, this year, bro, I go to preliminaries. I laughing with everybody. I joking. And I see that's not me. Like, I too relaxed. And I asked myself, should I be nervous or should I be relaxed? Like, I so confused right now because I know that's not me. So I guess, boy, last year was one thing. This year was now. You could never catch me doing that last year.
That's a lyric there. Last year was one thing.
This year is now. Man, that's just something.
Yeah,
bro. So that was me last year. Now is too. So even at rehearsals, I go in there, listen to the like, bro, that's not me. So I don't know if I get too comfortable to relax. I maybe just feel like I have it now.
But it's how you think you perform. So if as you more relaxed, you see you performing better, is what works for you, bro.
Bro, I feel like I perform in the same way, but I just feel like I rather be nervous. Because I don't want to, when you feel like, boy, you just have it, you're just going to be cocky and be like, hey, we're going to do what I have to do. No, bro. I do like that feeling. Like, I want to be in panic mode. I want to be nervous. You know, I was telling CD, like, call CD and say, bro, I panicking, I nervous, and I like it. You know, them was laughing at me. You know, but that's how I want to be. But maybe I growing, so I don't have to be nervous anymore. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't think you have to be nervous, but that's just me. Because if that's something you want, obviously you want it for a reason. You check it. So if that's something you want, you maybe feel like it helps you perform better. It helps you keep a standard. Because sometimes when you relax, you're keeping the same standard subconsciously.
Right.
You check it, but when you're nervous, you're making sure like everything you
on
perform is on
Exactly.
everything, you know, because you know there's dress rehearsals and all these things.
Exactly, bro.
So you know everything you practice is on point. You check it.
So I want to be in that. Not that I don't get nervous before I go on stage. Like in my kid man, I'm about to go. The nerves,
Yeah.
human being.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I'm talking about all the time before that. You could never catch me talking to anybody. Bro. I there in my car. I there in the square. Like, you know, I don't want to be interacting because that's my competition. As much as I'm friends with everybody,
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to make it before me. Like, I want to make sure I make it. If they call any names and my name not there, bro, I'll not. Trust me, I will take that hard. You know, I'm a competitor.
Yeah.
I want to be there in the end. I want
competitive.
Exactly. The race not being won now. I tell fellas that, you know, the race not being won in preliminaries or semifinals. Somebody winning on the finals night. So we have to make sure we get there to say, yeah, we stand a chance to win.
What's the strategy in terms of performing? I know it's not just the song, because if it was just the song, a lot of different people would have win.
Facts.
Because they have a lot of good, great, beautiful, perfect songs that you just cannot perform. Apart from just being able to perform, what do you think are like the key factors to winning one of these things? Yeah.
Boy,
I mean, I know you know you were professional yet, but just from we speculating.
Bro, let me tell you, I believe for you to win that, you need a big song, right?
100%.
100% you need a big song. And, boy, execution, I guess, a big song is, you need a big song. You need a big song.
But we established that.
But
we
here's
know
what,
we're supposed to
they have people that have won it that haven't had big songs. And I remember Alpha had a song called Happy Birthday. Bro, at that time people had dismissed Alpha in the books. So Alpha had
how that was going?
Happy birthday to you, Canada. This is your day.
Yes.
Brother,
Yes.
at that time people had Alpha won 2 years in a row in the act and down the road. That
Hey, see, dog, you taking me back here.
I'm telling you, bro. And that song wasn't popular. People had dismissed Alpha. I personally was a big Alpha fan. When that song came out, I didn't like that song. Bro, let me tell you. When Mate come and said Soca Monarch, bro, people start saying, boy, call it Mate Makume. Yeah, bro.
What?
Call it, because at that time, there had a rumor going around about him. What's at that time? Ninja Dan or Kakala, one of them.
All that is part of the strategy,
Bro,
you know.
That's all that. Brother, when Mate come on stage, you just ain't calling Mate Bula and Makume and all kind of thing they calling him, man.
What?
Brother, the boss come on stage, start, and then the boss pull out some confetti. Boy, the confetti just burst. Brother, the same people that calling me, that's a jumping up. Boy, people forget. Brother, I was in the crowd, I'll never forget that. Brother, first time we see confetti burst. First time we see that. Brother, we're winning.
Yeah, it's
The man that come from undesirable became undeniable. You could not deny that man his victory that night. Made win that hands down. He won and people were upset. The same people that came in the crowd, the same people that were jumping up. It started from people booing him to jumping up for him till he win and booing him again.
Wow.
Because they didn't want him to win. But it was so, that's how you, in the crowd there, you see confetti. You cannot deny that, boss. That's how. So people have won with songs that are not popular. So, boy, Gasa, bro, there's no formula. I cannot tell you. You winning, having a big song and winning is one. You cannot have a big song and shock the crowd and win, bro. It's just on the night.
Yeah, just execute
whatever you come and do. There's a criteria. Make sure you execute your thing to the T, bro.
Yeah.
And make sure when you leave there, bro, you undeniable.
True.
That is it.
Yeah, man, for
That
sure.
is it.
Makes sense,
Man.
guys.
Yeah, man.
So, moving on now. A 12-year break.
Mm-hmm.
12 years, bro. Why
Mm-hmm.
12 years? That's a long time. And that's
Bro.
what's showing your age more, even if you're to see. Because you start music, you make couple songs,
Right.
and you take a 12-year break, and you start back. Why did it take so long?
Well, I never planned to start back, to be honest. I never planned to start back. It was never me. After that, this 2012, that was it for me.
You had
I'm not
finished.
going back in that. That's done. So that's behind me. So you like you see, you ask why 12 years? That to me it could have been 100 years.
Yeah, okay, makes sense now.
You understand? So it's all God's work, bro. I just feel like I have a platform now to share a message, and I here doing it until God decide, I don't want that for you again and show me to do something else.
Yeah, man, I could see you a man that led by God is
Yeah,
whatever
bro.
you
Whatever.
were busting your head too much.
That is it, bro. Whatever the father say, bro, I there.
Yeah, man,
You understand?
100%. I
Yeah,
agree with
man.
that. But still though, during the break, what do you think changed or clicked or got better? Because during that time, was it just your business you were doing?
Yeah, during that, well, yeah. So I started my business. I started my business when in 2017, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I was doing with my life, boss? When I stopped, what I was doing now?
You work different places?
Yeah, I worked. I was working for my uncle at the time.
Mm.
Right. So I was working for I worked for my uncle for like 7 years.
Wow.
So from 2009, I started working with my uncle, and then I stopped singing and I continued to work with him. I went to the States in 2015. When I went there, I really said to myself, boy, I wasting my time. Like, yeah, because America have so much opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
And I remember when I was on the plane coming back, I was like, what I come back and do?
Why you going back?
Yeah, like, bro, I never forget on the plane and I watching the green, all the trees from the plane are about to land here. And I was myself, what I come back and do? Like I come back in a
So your
place.
family there and thing?
Yeah, family there. And I come back in a place where there's hardly any opportunity. You understand?
Yeah.
So I feel like, boy, I need to go back. But one thing I'm not going to do is stay there illegally.
Yeah, exactly.
I will not do that.
I always tell people that, like if you're doing it, just do it the right way.
Yeah, I'm not
Everything
going to
sense.
say it. And bro, let me tell you, for me, I'm not perfect, but I want to please God in everything I do.
Okay,
And
yeah.
for me, going and stay there illegal, God and illegal don't.
Yeah.
You understand?
They're mixing.
Exactly. But you hear stories, there's stories of people that have gone there, stay there illegally and turn their whole life around.
For sure,
You
100%.
understand? So bro, let me tell you, I will always stand on doing the right thing. 100%, I'll stand on that and let God do what he have to
Exactly.
do. You understand?
I believe that too. I believe that I have what is called a childlike faith in God. So
Facts.
I just know I am doing what I have to do to be successful. I'm leaving the rest to God. I not trying to control things I can't control. I not stressing myself over things. When I see something ain't working out, I just pray and I say, God, I want this because God don't have a budget.
Facts.
You could ask God for anything you want.
Right.
So I tell God, this, that's what I want. I see that whatever I'm doing is going wrong. I say, okay, God don't want that for me just yet. Or God wants something better for me.
Yeah.
That's all I see it as. Yeah, man, for sure. But apart from that, so what do you think clicked though? Like what switch? What was the transition to say? I know a lot of people was asking you, if you're coming back in the music and thing. But what was the last straw to make you say, wow, boy, let me go back in that?
I think the last straw, boy, before I submitted my song for the competition last year, I was afraid to talk to my pastor about it, because I mean he didn't have a good relationship, but I didn't want him to just tell me the obvious, don't go and do it because such and such and such, So I spoke to his son and he was, explaining to me, a couple of stuff that I had to think about. And then the night of the submission, before the deadline, I just say, you know what? If it's meant to be, I will make it all the way to the end. Because my whole thing was to send the song and not make it. I didn't want to make it. And then when people ask me, I say, I try. I send the song, I didn't make it. That's my whole thing, to be honest with you. But I send it with that mentality. But I also say, if it's meant to be, I'll make it to the end. If not, that's God in control. I go make it and I'm comfortable with that, bro. And then when I hear my name in the preliminaries, like, yeah, Babs, we gonna do that. And after not singing for 12 years, bro, to see me on stage, it's like I talking to myself. Like, raise your hand now, move your left foot now. Go on
Yeah.
that side of the stage.
Yeah, you
Talking to
too
myself.
stagnant.
Yeah, like
You're moving enough.
I asking myself, I talking to myself while I performing. And then I make it to semi-finals. Like, yeah, now there, bro, I don't want to lose.
You have to take it
I
serious
want right now I want to make it to finals because
Yeah.
if I make it to finals,
Yeah.
I go take that too hard. And now the fight begin. And then it reached to the point where I really thought I could have won. But you know what, bro? I just wasn't ready for it.
What year was that?
That was last year.
Last year.
Yes, I was not ready for it. I was not ready for it. I didn't understand. Even going into rehearsals, I seen fellas having band intro and doing all kind of things. I was like, hey, y'all doing that kind of thing? And they tell me I have to go to that person to do it, and that person telling me, boy, I checked them too late. So I did it, and everybody was well prepared because they already knew.
Yeah, they know the ropes.
They know the ropes. For me, coming back after 12 years, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So all man had 3 rehearsals. I only had 2 because I wasn't ready. My music wasn't ready yet. So I lose train of thought. Sorry. But yeah, so I did it. Think I wanted to win. I felt I could have won, but I just wasn't ready for the moment. Fast forward to now, I know what to expect. I'm more prepared mentally. So yeah, I hope we have a better outcome.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'll be looking out for you guys.
Yeah,
Like
trust me.
I just excited to see what you're going to put out because like I not even really watching you with the expectation of you're going to win or whatever because I know for you that I haven't like obviously you want to win, but the goal is like God is in charge. So whatever have to happen will happen now.
My whole goal is to spread a message. You know, I want when people listen to my music, you know, listen to follow you to know that, bro, if for anything we go through, that's a God is there. You know, you listen to go out or go home, you know, never give up. Whatever you do, bro, go give it your all and never give up. Like I want when you listen to any of my songs to know that, hey, it will get you through something.
So would you say though that you were always close to God the way you are now? Because before that you seem like I don't know, like you seem like you so confident in you know just in the concept of God and that kind of thing, as opposed to before where was it where you did not believe in God, or was it a thing where yeah you praying every now and then but it's not something that's a main part of your life? It's
not, boy, let me tell you, you know of, you hear stories of God, you know there is a God.
Yeah.
But you know, that's the thing, you know, you say, you ask people you love God, they'll tell you yes.
Obviously.
But God is not lip service. You understand? God is obedience before sacrifice. Obey me, do what I tell you to do. That's how you show me how you love me. You understand? That's God. And I would say I love God before, but I didn't have an understanding until one day, my pastor now, we were working together. He was looking for my uncle as well.
Okay.
You know, everything asks him money, but the Bible say that. The Bible say that. I don't know the Bible thing. Everything asks him money. So one day when VAT came about,
the Bible say that too.
I try and put him in a position where, you know, to see the Bible will not have anything about.
Yeah.
So I say, if that Bible could tell me anything about VAT or tax there, I will believe in that. I say, okay. The man go in that, the man show me, boy, Jesus Christ tell you whoever to pay the tax. I say, what? I say, God, sir. Hey, what? I tell you, give me one of that. And I'm going to read that from start to end. And if that is real, God go show me inside of that what going on. Bro, I read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. I read the whole thing. And when I read that, boy, I see how distant I am from God. You know, I just claim lip service. My life not saying that. You understand? Yeah. So it make me really see who I am before God, bro. And we will always be sinners before God. And that's why Jesus Christ come, because when we die, God not seen us. Because he's a sinner. God comes, you see the blood of his son. Sometimes God could see Jesus Christ on you. That's the only way you could make it to God, bro. Because we in ourselves can do it. And the Bible show me that, and bro, that time I see how distant and how far I am from God, bro. I go to hell. Serious, bro, and I don't want that.
So you believe in a hell and a heaven?
I believe in that, bro. I believe in that. The Bible show me that, bro.
I feel like I don't know, I just drawn to not believing in that, guys. I just feel like that's a little much. That's a little excessive, I find.
Well, you see, the thing is, hell is 2 things. burning eternally
That's what
forever.
I find like that just
That's
so
too extreme.
unnecessary.
And being separated from God. And
Yeah.
that's the true being separate. And a lot of us on this earth, we believe we're there, but we are separated from God. We're not feeling the blunt of it now because we're alive. But when we die and we go before God and God say, hey, this is your life before me, separate yourself.
So what do you think connects us though?
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
That's the way back to
What's
God.
your religion?
I have no religion.
You
to
don't have no
say.
religion?
Well, I said, okay, I don't do sound like, I started going to the Baptist church. That's why I got baptized.
Okay.
So all my teachings come from Anabaptist,
Okay.
So
But you studied, I guess, independently by yourself.
yeah, well, I read the Bible. Like I said, I read the Bible for myself. But the Bible is something that I will not advise anybody to just go and read and seek advice, seek counsel. You understand? Because a lot of people have their own ideas, and one man will read one thing for you and tell you another thing.
Yeah.
My thing, a man said something to interpretation. A man tell me something once. Man say, if Jesus Christ come there now and tell both of us the same thing, how you go take it? How I go take it? If man say, oh, don't drink that water, you go say, oh, don't drink that water, maybe because that in that cup, maybe put it in
Another cup. Or drink it
the
later.
man just tell you just don't drink
don't
drink the water. So people always have and that's sin for you, bro. Sin is what that separates us from God. Sin, bro, and that's why we do a lot of the things we do. We living in this flesh. When Adam and Eve was there, God never intended for us to die. God intended for us to live forever until they eat the fruit and sin came about. You understand? So you go through life, and then you start if you read the Bible and you understand and you accept God for it, then you start to see life for what it is, and you understand why people do the things they do, bro. You understand? That's why I do. Things have happened to me. They recently broken into my car and steal my deck. And it's not stealing the deck that's the problem for me. It's the person that do it and why. And I could know it's because I've seen we do these things, bro. If sin wasn't there, if we were not sinners, that's why the world would be a perfect place. But because of sin, the world is not perfect, bro. And that's what that separates us from God. And if all of us accept Jesus Christ our Lord and Savior today, still the world will not be perfect, because we are sinners in nature. But the world will be a much better place.
Yeah, I see. But that's a powerful message, bro. You should preach too.
I should.
In terms of this soca, bro, you should preach too.
Like I tell you, I don't know what's next, sorry, but
But let's take a step back though. We went on a wild kind of tangent there about God. I mean, we have ex, we love God and things.
Facts.
But we went on a bit of a wild tangent there. But yeah, we taking the cameraman they're laughing. We taking a step back a little bit. You seem like you're always very confident in your thing. You seem that way, bro. Because even from the article I read, you tell your friends like, so not soca, calypso is what you want to pursue. Then you wanted to be a WWE wrestler. Then you want to be a soca artist. Then you want to be a rapper. That's very bold things. Like somebody like me, for example, my self-esteem not as high. I could just say a fast thing so that people stop troubling me about what I actually want to be. But you like unapologetic about what you want to be. Is that I don't care who laugh at me. I don't care who don't believe in me. I want to be a calypsonian. I want to be a wrestler. I want to be. What do you think instilled that conviction in you, that confidence in you to just be able to say that is what it is?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
Not Miss. What's your grandmother's name?
Miss Jane.
Not Miss Jane.
I don't know, bro. To be honest, I didn't even see that as a confident thing. To be honest,
Yeah, man. As somebody that grew up with not the best self-esteem, I can tell you that you're one of the more confident people.
And I would not, to be honest, bro. I am not the most confident person. I will be in a room full of artists, and you not even know I'm one of them, because I just feel like, boy, who's me? You understand? But I'll tell you this much.
I'm more humble in that regard.
You see, when it's time to be what I have to be, I will do what I have to do. You understand? When click, boy, okay,
switch flips.
Yeah. From time you just have to do what you have to do, I will do it. You understand? So I will tell you that's me. But me by nature, bro, I'm a loner. I like to be by myself. Yeah. I'm a loner. I like to be myself, and when it's time for me to come out, Like I would see guys like what I say, like Ricky T, for instance. Let's go and pick up a mic, sing anywhere, and do what you have to do, and that. Bro, I ain't doing that.
No, but Ricky is a boy, different level. That man self is a veteran.
Bro,
If we could appoint that one, that one is a
legend.
legend.
To me,
legend.
If entertainer, best performer in St. Lucia, mate.
I'm a next level. Next level.
Bro,
next level.
mate to go in front of any crowd and make him have the time of their life.
And the thing is, he has such a vast majority of like guests when not guests but audience because I know Ricky T from the time I small,
Right.
and then the younger people go still know Ricky T
But
because Ricky T
transcend
still have the
generations, bro.
so generations of people like
Bro,
know Ricky T. And
that's the show. The boss is a legend in his own right, and I look at guys like him. I feel like all guys like Midcast, them fellas deserve more. Them fellas supposed to be bigger, and I think St. Lucia just, bro, for lack of it, St. Lucia is not ready yet. Like, they always marginalize and suppress the artists. When they want to use the same artists to bring people to the shows, to take part in a festival and whatever. St. Lucia is not ready yet, bro. That's just what it is. And I looking at it now. They bring back Peter Soca stars. That's the amount of.
I will have to watch that,
bro. Cause I just see the amount of people that want to be artists in St. Lucia just watching that. They didn't have Peter Soca stars for years, so where all these people?
Yeah.
You understand? Them people are saying, one day I want to do that. And what am I doing as an artist to let them know, boy, come, come into the thing.
Yeah.
I just came back last year. But, what am I doing? And, boy, we have to create that environment to let them know. God says, okay, you have a talent. Yeah, come, take part in the thing.
Yeah.
You have to take part in that.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a R&B rapper, you understand? Where are these avenues? God said, St. Lucia don't have these things.
Yeah, man.
So a lot of people is saying, boy, happen there.
I good on that.
I good on that.
Yeah, but I feel you, guys.
Sad, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, bro, we're going to move to something that's a bit, lighter. I have a game for us to play.
Right,
I have a game for us to play. I don't know if you guys be playing games and thing.
I like two games.
What?
WWE and Grand Theft Auto.
GTA. Yeah. Good choice.
And Ludo.
No, that's completely different.
Yeah, that's completely different game. I'm a Ludo fanatic.
But good choice, doggy. Good choice.
Yeah, man.
But the name of the game is called Finish the Bar. Alright,
Okay.
So warm up the brain. You have to drop onto freestyle there.
Oh, that's off the top of my head?
Not really, but like no, you'll see.
Let's go. All right,
So what I'm going to do is I have a couple bars for you, right? I have 10 bars for you.
Wow,
Okay?
crazy.
5 bars from soca
Uh,
and 5 bars from hip hop.
okay.
Okay? Now the soca, I don't know if them bars sound like soca for true or if they sound like hip hop because me that write them.
Oh, wow.
Okay? And I never write music in my life. But we're going to see what happens. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to speed the first line and all you're doing is finishing the bar. You check it? So you want to
rhyme it.
rhyme it basically.
Okay.
So
Let's see.
so you want to test run?
Let's go.
Oh, we starting one time?
One time.
Action time. Action time. Okay. Finish the bar with Orion. Let's see what's going to happen. We're starting with soca line. Okay? The sun is blazing. The rhythm sweet.
People dancing on their feet.
Man! The sun is blazing. The rhythm sweet.
Yeah, people dancing on their feet.
Oh, yo. People, all right. Okay, let's do it. In the middle of the crowd, I lose myself too.
I couldn't even find my shoe.
Raise your glass, feel the heat. Tonight we
Jump into the beat.
bad speed. Okay, 2 more. From the hills to the beach, all we hear is
My boss, you make me switch.
okay, last one. Masqueraders on the road. Their only mission is to
relieve the load.
Mad. You bad. Alright, so yeah, that is soca. Okay?
Right.
So we're moving to hip hop.
Right.
So you know hip hop is cooler.
Yeah.
You know hip hop is, you know, you have a little bit more swag and finesse and them
Right.
kind of thing. Alright, so get into switch, flip the switch, get into the
Let
hip
me
hop
see what we're doing
mind.
there now.
Alright.
And put my shades for hip hop there.
Alright. Yeah, boy.
Cool thing, you know.
Right now, we're talking to action time. Now,
Yeah,
not
man.
Orion right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
There.
man.
Yeah, man. So, I'm stacking my paper. My focus is clear.
I could see my vision. I could see yeah.
Who you? Step into the game. I'm here to.
Step into the game.
Uh
I'm here to win.
huh. Drop another one on that.
Step into the game. I'm here to win.
Uh huh.
I could feel it. I could feel it in my spleen.
You the one say I could feel it in my spleen. No, I'll give you applause for that one because that line wasn't good. That
Yeah.
starting line I give you that was not good.
I was waiting for the
Yeah. I check what you said.
I felt it in my spleen, so I was okay.
Okay, so it's not about luck. It's about the grind.
And every time you see me, it's action time.
You mad. Okay. No chains in my neck. The vibe is hot.
And I could freestyle on spot, eh?
Yeah. I could
Off
freeze
the top.
off the top.
Yes, yeah.
And never stop.
Never stop, bro. Never flop.
Never flop.
Ayo, man.
Bad man. Okay. Late nights in my studio. My thoughts are clear.
And I could feel it. How the beat is pumping around here.
Drop another one.
Alright, give me whole line again.
Late nights in the studio, my thoughts are clear.
And I could feel the beat, how it's pumping around here. And I could feel it in the air. That's why I'm sitting down on this chair.
Hey, yeah. Bad man.
Drinking water, we ain't drinking beer.
All right. we got class around here. Yeah, man. Let's see. No, I'll be very honest with you. I didn't expect the game to be so nice. Eh? I didn't expect the game to be so bad. Yeah, but thank you for playing the game.
Like
You
you
did-
10 there? Alright,
Yeah,
big up.
man. Yeah,
Big
I
up,
think
big
I
up
was
to the
10. Yeah, but yeah, man, big up to you. You did a really good job.
Big up to the game.
Yeah, man, good job.
Appreciate it, never hate it. Congratulated.
Yeah, man, but guys, this is Barnes Nelson, Orion, Action Time,
Free flow.
CMOS, Juice, all kind of thing.
Music,
That man
everything.
music, that man in everything.
That
That's
is it.
But yeah, we've come to the end, unfortunately, of the show.
Free flow.
Yeah, free flow.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, thanks for being here, man.
My boss, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. You know, big up to Tibano. And I hope somebody seeing me here, it could inspire them to reach out to come on the podcast.
Yeah,
It's a good
100.
vibe, you know, very insightful.
100%.
Yeah,
If
man.
there's anything you want to plug, any social media,
Yeah, you can check me out, Orion SLU on Instagram, Barnes Nelson / Orion SLU on Facebook, and Barnes Nelson on TikTok. That's my government name.
alright, perfect. And you sure I want to live with your age?
My age is 145, man.
that's the age you want to live to.
Not quite. I want to go to 1,000.
1,000, mama.
Yeah,
Seems you want to meet
1,000.
God while you hair
But let
still.
me tell you, I'm not giving you my age. When you see me, if you want to know my age, ask me. I might tell you.
But yes, guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us for this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, follow us on all social media, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.